the Prime Minister making it very clear that India is very keen to put in a solid bid for the 2036 Games. It was part of our election rhetoric as well. I was asking you about Indian participation from the media standpoint in Paris, and it has exponentially grown. How do you see India in this larger story of the macro story of the Olympic movement? How significant have we become? And is there increased interest from the media standpoint from your position in the IOC? Christian?
Absolutely. I mean, the increased media interest, in particular, since we held the IOC session in India, I have to say what has developed from that is great. And this conversation here, I think, is if you want to follow up from that. So definitely, the session helped, and India with its population, with the size of its population, is of course for a global movement like the Olympic movement hugely important. And we have an IOC member in India, Anita Ambani. We have Abhinav, who is doing great work in India as well with his foundation, with the OVEP program, and he's a member of our Athletes Commission. So India is represented also in the Olympic movement here, and the ideas which are coming from India are being welcomed here on our side. Just also look at what's being proposed, and it has been agreed for LA that cricket will be part of the Olympic sports program in LA 28, and I'm 100% sure that this will drive the excitement in India even further.
Abhinav, your favorite Olympic moment? Something funny, some story that I don't know. I mean, I've interviewed you 2 million times. Every story possibly I know, but give me something that I don't know.
Well, I'll go back to my first Olympic experience. It was when I was 17 years old and I competed at the Games in Sydney, which still remain my favorite games, at least the ones that I competed in. I was 17-year-old. My teammate was a shotgun shooter called Anwar Sultan. We went to eat dinner one day in the dining hall, and we saw the Williams sisters in the dining hall. And this was, I think, day 2 after checking into the Olympic Village. So, Anwar and I were very excited and we wanted a picture with them. So we garnered a little bit of courage, and Anwar went to them and said that we want to take a picture with you. But of course, none of us had a camera. And in those days, there were no smartphones. So we requested them, Anwar requested them to wait, and he said that we'll run and get his camera. So they said, okay. We were quite sure that they would have left by the time we came back, but we went to our rooms. Anwar got his camera. They were still waiting for us. Wow. And of course, Anwar's camera had no reel in it. And then we realized there was no reel in that camera. So then we requested them again to please wait till the time we could go to that international zone to buy something from a shop. And we were 100% sure that, there will be no Williams sisters left, and they're waiting for us. But after 20 minutes, we came back, or even longer. We came back to the dining hall, and they were still there, almost waiting for us. And we got our picture taken. But that was my first introduction to the Olympic spirit, and this I will never forget.